So if you've been watching my videos for some time, you would have realized that I actually not only say I will upload videos here on YouTube every day, but I actually do, and this is my 202nd video, and I'm at a little over 180 days of posting a video here every day. Now, you may be wondering how I get to upload videos here every day, since uploading a video on YouTube requires knowledge, research, recording, editing, creating thumbnails, and coming up with a title and description that I think will be appealing and people will want to click and watch. Also, I want to point out here that I'm not in any way smarter than anybody else, or I don't consider myself to be a genius of any sort. I think anyone can do this, and in addition to this, YouTube isn't a full-time job for me. I actually have a job, something that you could consider a 9-to-5, and in fact, I have two, and in addition to those, I also have other work-related activities that I do every day, like managing eBay sales because I do sell on eBay, and I'm also working on creating an income-producing web market, or at least a new one. Now, if this sounds crazy and you're thinking, well, this guy must have no life, because if he has two jobs and side gigs and he makes a video on YouTube every day, he must absolutely have no life. And that's probably true, since all I really do is work, sometimes sleep, and then repeat the same thing every single day, no days off. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I manage to create a video on YouTube every day. And by the way, I'm not an expert at creating and editing videos either. I don't have any help, so I do everything myself. So to create a single video like the one you're watching right now takes anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, considering all the processes involved in making this video. So before I share how I create and upload daily videos here on YouTube, let me just quickly mention, for those who are new and seeing me for the very first time, that my name is Ian and I post personal finance related videos here on YouTube every day. So if this kind of content interests you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, as that's the way these videos get recommended to more people and can potentially help someone else as well. And I'll really appreciate it. And also consider subscribing to the channel, and this way you'll be able to get the updates from this channel every day when I post a new video. Now, I want you guys to leave me a comment down below and tell me this. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about me making a video every day, and even if you don't believe me, let me know as well. So the first thing I want to mention here is your to-do list and managing your time well. This is the first important step. Now, I've always been a person who is just always doing multiple things. I've always kept myself busy, even before doing YouTube. However, I realized that I had the time to do a lot of things, but time always just blows and I don't get the things I want to get done. Instead, I do other things which aren't that really important to me. So this first started with creating a list of the things that I wanted to do, and then making a daily to-do list which would help me to get those done. So for example, I don't just get up and freelance my days anymore. I have to be up by 5:15 a.m. That's because I find it easier to concentrate or do the hardest tasks early in the mornings. This is usually when I do any task that requires me to think long and hard, and I'll work on important things until mid-morning. Now, the point I'm trying to make here is not so much what I do, but how I manage the time. I have a clear objective or objectives for the day. So for instance, checking my phone or catching up with the news or things like that are totally ignored when it's not time for it. So this allows me to be consistent in having the time I need to make these videos and just about anything else that I would want to do throughout the days. So I first have a schedule and I manage my time as best as I can. Now, with that said, I don't actually record videos every day. I post videos every day, but if I were to do the entire process of thinking, researching, recording, editing, and posting videos every day, then I would get tired of it. So I usually think about what I want to make videos about, and then I'll do my research and compile the information in a day. Then I'll use another day and record as much videos as I can, which sometimes is 1 to 2 days, or takes 1 to 2 days, and then I'll edit the videos on another day. If I complete them and I still have a day left, I'll use that time to create even more videos, since I've already allotted it to YouTube in my schedule. So I actually, even right now, have 2 pages of video topics or ideas that I'll be doing, and this is a list of almost 100 video topics. So for the next 80+ days, I have a clear idea of what I'll be making a video about, and this way I never run out of ideas or things to talk about. So the main thing here is to manage my time. I have my days organized in such a way that everything I want to do, whether it be YouTube, my e-commerce business, my other jobs, and personal time are all given a portion of my daily time. Now, this way the days don't pass without me getting the things I need to get done completed. Now, I have a video about my to-do list and how I manage my time. So if you want to see that, you can find that video here on the channel as well. So if you take nothing else from what I've just said, remember that you need to realize that you have 24 hours in a day and you can get more done if you manage your time well. So spend time up front and create a system that works for you where you can manage your time the best. And this is how I find the time to have 2 jobs, do YouTube, and still have a side gig or side gigs for extra income. Now, secondly, there's a why behind my videos. Now, I'm not going to pretend that YouTubers don't make money here. However, as a small YouTuber like myself, you'll only make a couple cents to a few dollars at best each day, so it's not anything to brag about, and it's probably not going to pay your bills or allow you to pay off your mortgage. However, I create YouTube videos every day because I want to, and that want is a very big part of how I get to do this, because honestly, if I were doing YouTube to make money, I would have given up at 30 days or 50 days at the very most. Think about it. Posting videos every day for an entire month, every single day, no days off, having 2 jobs that pay, having a few side gigs that pay, and still devoting nearly 6 hours every day on average to YouTube that doesn't pay for over a month. I would have quit. I could have done other tasks which would have been profitable, and even so now. Now, this relates to anything else in your life. Remove all the wants and replace them with needs, or for the most important part, do this because once you figure out what you need to do, then it's easier. You'll have the will and the drive to do it. You won't slack off because you want to do it, genuinely. Now, a part of me making videos here on YouTube has to do with my experiences so far in my life and how I believe my life could have been different if I were exposed to more financial and time management information earlier, as opposed to just the regular go to school, go to college and work and you'll make something of yourself. Now, I don't want to turn this video into anything racial, but after research and in my own experience, you can clearly see that most people of color or minorities are usually not taught on how to properly manage your time and finances. I mean, just look at yourself, for example, if you are in a minority, regardless of your race or nationality. In my case, I'm West Indian or Jamaican. I'm from the Caribbean. So when I look at other people like myself who are minorities, I can see a clear difference between Ian growing up in a small rural village, like setting in a third world country from, let's say, a Brad from Coral Gables. Now, we may have the same education or access to the same amount of information, but you live what you learn more than what you're taught. So if you were, raised by, let's say, a family that didn't have a lot of money, or you were middle class at the very best, you would have seen your parents and other family members work very hard for all the things that they have, and even sometimes that wasn't enough. Now, I'm a person who likes to learn, but not in the traditional sense. I honestly think that most college or school thought lessons aren't helpful. I want to see why, for example, Johnny over there is making $100 per day at 19 years old, while I'm over here spending $100 a day at 19 years old. So long story short, and not to bore you guys, I realized that there was and is still an issue with people from certain backgrounds not having the knowledge that can help them to change their lives. So I create simple videos which I think will help the average person who is maybe a few years younger than me to start making better financial decisions earlier, thus creating the chances of them having a positive outcome. And when I check the stats on my channel, 79% of my viewers are males between the ages of 18 and 35, which means my videos are actually reaching a desirable audience. Now, I do understand that women will be more likely to watch other women, and also people are more likely drawn to people like themselves. So again, not trying to make this anything racial, but if you're Caucasian, then you're most likely going to spend your time watching Caucasian content creators. If you're Asian and you come across an Asian content creator in a niche that you find interesting, you may even stop watching other creators and start watching that creator, because that's just how we're wired. Sure, there are exceptions, but people tend to be more drawn to people who look and sound like them, and also people who they think have the same social and economic upbringing, situations, and backgrounds. So as a person of color, I just thought that helping a 19 or 21-year-old person, guy, female, whoever it may be, by giving them some free videos with actually useful information would be a good thing. So again, to make this short and not boring, I welcome everyone to my channel, and I hope my videos are watched by people from all races, nationalities, sexes, backgrounds. But like I said before, if you see someone like yourself who you think knows and understands you, then you are more likely to at least entertain the message that they bring. Now, this is why I chose making videos about personal finance, credit cards, banking apps, investing, and I will continue to do it because I've already received DMs on Instagram of people telling me that they've watched a video of mine and they've tried something and it worked. So the main point is this: my why is strong, and that helps me to keep making a video every day on YouTube. This is also the reason why my videos aren't super fancy and I don't have a lot of fancy editing, and my videos may just be plain and boring, but I understand that the people who watch my videos usually don't care about that stuff. They just want me to get to the point, and that's what I try to do. So this is why I don't create bank accounts at all online banks, and I don't have an account with all investment apps, so I can just list links to affiliates and get people to sign up and make money. All I ask is that you hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, so this video and others that I post will find their way to people who will actually take a look, and hopefully they can learn something, or it may get them to doing something towards making their financial future better off. So now that I have that out the way, I'll just give you my methods of making videos. And as I mentioned before, I sometimes do the videos a couple days before, especially if I think I'll have a busy and unpredictable week, which is usually every week, but normally this is how I go about doing it. So step one is researching the information. So for example, if I'm going to review a credit card, I will get a list of all the features, and I also want to compare it with the features of other similar credit cards. This may take me up to 20 minutes. I then need to create a script or draft of how I want to present the message, and this takes me at least an hour because sometimes I'll create a script and then I'll modify it several times just to word it or make it sound as easy as possible to understand. Now, this part is very important. Thirdly, I'll review the final draft twice. Now, I usually record the video out loud at my work desk, and this helps me because sometimes I may say things and then I realize that it isn't as clear as it should be. So this also takes me 15 to 30 minutes sometimes if I don't need to make a lot of edits. Now, the next step is to record. Now, as you realize, I stopped wearing different shirts and I try to wear the same color and type of shirt in all my videos. And the main reason is because of thumbnails. See, I want to be as efficient as possible, and creating a thumbnail sometimes takes me 20 minutes. Oftentimes, I can reuse photos or stills from some videos and create a thumbnail in 5 to 10 minutes, as opposed to trying to get the perfect shot and doing a custom photo for each video, which will take me 20 plus minutes. So I've prepared and I've recorded. I now go to my computer and I edit the videos. Again, I don't have any fancy editing in my videos. I simply just cut and go, and even so, this takes me at least 30 minutes, sometimes 40 plus. Now, after editing the videos, I have to watch the entire edited video to make sure I didn't miss anything, and this takes me the entire length of the video, which is usually anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes long. Now, if I'm satisfied, I then convert the video to a video format compatible with YouTube, and that takes another 20 to 30 minutes. And sure, this could be faster, but I'm using the same laptop from maybe, I think 5 to 7 years ago, so it's a bit slow in doing all this work. Now, the final steps include uploading to YouTube, which normally takes me another 20 minutes, and creating a title and description, and also adding hashtags and tags to the video, which I use an SEO tool to help me find a good title and good matching tags. Now, even after doing all this, I will still watch the entire video from YouTube to make sure it is as I intended it to be. So overall, I'm looking at least 4 to 5 hours, sometimes 3 if it's a short video that doesn't require a lot of editing. So this is how I manage making YouTube videos every single day, and I have a lot of topics to cover, so I don't think I will stop making YouTube videos for a very long time, at least not within a year or two. Now, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and even though it was different from my regular content, drop me a comment down below and let me know if you found any value in this, because the main point of this video is to get you to understand that you can probably do more than you're doing right now if you manage your time correctly. Now, if anyone else is doing something, then you can also do it. Also, if you'd like to see more videos like this one, hit the thumbs up button, as that's the way these videos get recommended to more people here, and I'll really appreciate it. And also, don't forget to check out some of my other videos here on credit cards, banking apps, savings accounts, investments, ways to make money, and much more. Also, don't forget to subscribe and be sure to turn on all notifications for this channel, as that's the only way you'll be able to get the updates of when I post new videos here. And I post a new video here on YouTube every single day. I'm leaving a couple links down below to free stuff and free cashback offers, so be sure to check all the links down below in the description for all kinds of free stuff. Now, once again, I hope this video was very helpful. You'll find some value in it. All the best, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.